Princess Kate's incredible Three Peaks challenge ends with an emotional family reunion. What began as a grueling physical challenge quickly became something much bigger. 3 towering peaks, hundreds of miles, unpredictable weather, exhaustion, and one deeply personal reason that kept Princess Kate moving forward when every step became harder than the last. By the time she reached the final summit, those watching knew they had witnessed something extraordinary, but nobody expected what happened next. Waiting at the finish was a reunion so emotional that even seasoned royal observers struggled to hold back tears. Today, we're taking a closer look at Princess Kate's remarkable Three Peaks challenge, the determination behind every climb, and the unforgettable family moment that became the true highlight of the journey. Let's begin. The Three Peaks challenge has long been considered one of Britain's toughest endurance tests. It requires participants to conquer the country's 3 highest mountains, often within just 24 hours, testing not only physical fitness, but also mental resilience, planning, and teamwork. For most people, simply completing one of these climbs is an achievement. Completing all 3 demands months of preparation, relentless discipline, and the ability to push through fatigue when every muscle tells you to stop. For Princess Kate, however, this challenge represented something beyond athletic accomplishment. Over the years, she has consistently championed physical activity, mental well-being, and spending time outdoors. Whether visiting schools, supporting youth organizations, or promoting healthy lifestyles, she has repeatedly emphasized that nature has the power to restore confidence and strengthen emotional resilience. So when reports emerged that she had embraced one of Britain's most demanding adventures, many saw it as perfectly aligned with everything she has advocated for. But this wasn't simply another royal appearance. This was personal. Long before the cameras arrived, preparations had quietly been underway. Early morning training hikes, endurance sessions, and careful planning allowed her to build the stamina needed for the challenge. Those involved described her approach as calm, methodical, and remarkably determined. She wasn't interested in shortcuts. She wanted to earn every step. The journey itself was anything but easy. The first mountain welcomed participants with crisp morning air and breathtaking views stretching across the countryside. Spirits were high as the climb began, and optimism carried everyone through the opening hours. But mountains have a way of humbling even experienced hikers. The weather shifted without warning. Clouds rolled across the peaks. Strong winds swept through exposed ridges. Steep rocky paths demanded complete concentration. As the hours passed, tired legs became heavier, conversations became quieter, and every climb required greater effort than the last. Princess Kate, however, maintained the same steady rhythm. Observers noted that she never rushed ahead to attract attention. Instead, she remained focused on encouraging those around her, checking in with teammates, and celebrating every small milestone together. That quiet leadership became one of the defining images of the challenge. Instead of treating it as an individual accomplishment, she continually emphasized teamwork. As one section became particularly difficult, several participants reportedly paused to catch their breath. Rather than pressing forward alone, Kate waited with them, offering encouragement before everyone continued together. Sometimes leadership isn't about walking in front. Sometimes it's about making sure no one is left behind. By the second peak, fatigue had become impossible to ignore. The body begins asking difficult questions. Why keep climbing? Why continue? Why not stop? For many endurance athletes, this is where the true challenge begins, not in the muscles, but in the mind. Those close to the event later described Kate as remarkably composed despite the growing exhaustion. Every step became deliberate. Every ascent demanded focus. Every descent tested tired knees and aching feet. Yet she continued. The final mountain presented the greatest emotional hurdle. Hours of climbing had already drained everyone's energy. Rain had made sections slippery, visibility was constantly changing, and the finish still seemed frustratingly far away. It would have been easy to lose motivation. Instead, something changed. Perhaps it was the knowledge that the end was finally within reach. Perhaps it was the support surrounding her. Or perhaps it was the thought of the people waiting at the finish line. Whatever the reason, the final climb became the strongest of the day. As the summit appeared through the mist, cheers erupted from those already waiting. Smiles replaced exhaustion. The sense of accomplishment was immediate. Completing Britain's iconic Three Peaks Challenge is something few people ever experience. For Princess Kate, reaching that final summit symbolized perseverance, resilience, and the power of determination. But the most memorable moment hadn't happened yet. As she descended toward the finish area, a familiar group quietly stepped forward. Waiting there were the people who matter most, her family. For a brief moment, the challenge disappeared. There were no mountains, no cameras, no headlines, only genuine emotion. The reunion unfolded naturally, with warm embraces, proud smiles, and the unmistakable relief that follows an incredibly demanding achievement. Those nearby described the atmosphere as deeply moving. It wasn't simply about finishing a physical challenge. It was about sharing that success with the people who had supported every stage of the journey. Family has always played a central role in Kate's life. Whether balancing royal responsibilities with motherhood or encouraging her children to embrace outdoor adventures, she has consistently highlighted the importance of spending meaningful time together. That philosophy seemed perfectly reflected in this reunion. The smiles weren't rehearsed. The hugs weren't ceremonial. They were authentic. Even experienced royal photographers remarked on how relaxed and joyful everyone appeared. For many watching, this became the lasting image of the day. Not the dramatic landscapes, not the demanding climbs, but the simple reminder that life's greatest victories become even more meaningful when shared with loved ones. The challenge also sparked renewed conversations about the importance of outdoor activity and mental well-being. Many supporters praised Kate for demonstrating that resilience isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes resilience looks like taking one more step, then another, and another, until the impossible slowly becomes possible. The Three Peaks Challenge reminded countless people that physical strength and emotional strength often grow together. Every climb teaches patience. Every obstacle builds confidence. Every setback becomes part of the story. For young people especially, Kate's example reinforced a message she has shared throughout the years. Challenges should not be feared, they should be embraced as opportunities to grow. By choosing perseverance over comfort, she inspired many to consider their own goals, whether that's climbing a mountain, starting a new career, improving their health, or simply refusing to give up during difficult times. In the days following the event, admiration poured in from supporters across Britain and around the world. Many applauded not only the physical accomplishment, but also the humility and kindness she displayed throughout the journey. There was no grand celebration, no dramatic victory speech, just gratitude. And perhaps that's exactly why this challenge resonated so deeply. Because it reflected qualities people admire most: determination without arrogance, strength without showmanship, and success shared with others instead of celebrated alone. The mountains may have tested Princess Kate's endurance, but they also revealed something even more powerful. True courage isn't measured by how quickly someone reaches the summit. It's measured by how they treat others during the climb. As the sun set on an unforgettable adventure, one image remained etched in everyone's memory: a tired but smiling Princess Kate surrounded by family, celebrating not only the end of an incredible challenge, but the enduring power of love, resilience, and togetherness. Sometimes the greatest reward isn't standing on top of the mountain, it's knowing exactly who will be waiting when you come back down. And perhaps that's the lesson this extraordinary journey leaves behind. No matter how high the mountain, the best destination will always be home.